Today, I am ready to answer one of my most asked questions about surface pattern design. How do we find surface pattern design clients? I have worked on so many different products in my career, and now it's been almost 10 years that I've been working for myself, creating stamps, online invitations, paper plates, planners, equipment, apparel, all kinds of different stuff. And so today I wanted to talk about how to find surface pattern design clients. First of all, before we dive in, I know this question is coming up for you, many of you. What do we mean by client, right? I work as a freelance artist and a licensed artist, so let's go over a couple of the different options we have here. First of all, a client could be someone who buys your artwork directly, selling your work, whether it's through an agent, a print studio, or a direct sale to companies who need art. A client could be someone who is commissioning work for you, that you're creating work specifically for a client, often for a buyout situation where they're going to take your copyright, and have full access to the art. You could be having freelance clients where you are working behind the scene as a designer for companies who need art for their products. So a lot of the work I do is freelance work. And so like for some of those graduation paper plates you just saw in the previous slide, that is someone who's coming to me who has an idea about doing art for graduation, who has some things that they need specifically the plates to say, and I'm working with different fonts and illustrations to create something that works for them. And I get paid directly for that. Or you could have licensing clients where, the manufacturer would be renting your art out to companies, or where you're renting your art out to companies or manufacturers who need your art for product. And then you're getting a slice of what they make from those sales. So really a client can be any company or individual who will pay you for your surface pattern art, right? And let me also dive in and say surface pattern art doesn't have to be a pattern. Really, I'm talking, again, I have a video on this as well, but surface pattern art, surface pattern design, it's really just art for products. That's the easiest way to say it, I've come to find. Art for products. So sometimes it's an illustration, sometimes it's a font layout, and sometimes it's a mix of both, sometimes it's a pattern, so any kind of art for products. A client would be, today we're going to talk about how to find clients who will pay you for your art for products. So let's dig in. The first way that I'm going to talk about are indirect methods, okay? So this is often where people start to dip their toes in. The idea of being discovered, right? You start posting your artwork in places and hoping that someone sees you. So Etsy, you might have a little Etsy shop. You might be doing a Spoonflower or other print-on-demand sites like Redbubble, Society6. You might be posting your artwork on Instagram. You might be posting on Pinterest. LinkedIn, you could be posting your artwork on LinkedIn. Or even through organic Google search, if you have like a blog where you're showing off your work and you're good at SEO, people might be searching for certain things and find your artwork. So in the most indirect way is to kind of put your art out there and hope that an art director finds you, someone who wants to license your work or commission your work finds you. My top tip for this method is to be consistent, right? Post regularly. This can take a while to get any traction or notice, when you're being indirect, when you're being a little bit more passive, it takes a while. It can take a while to get some traction. So post regularly if you want to use this method of finding clients. whether it's in your Etsy shop, having new art regularly for your products, whether it's on LinkedIn, so maybe twice, 3 times a week you're posting your new art. Spoonflower once a week, twice a week, you're posting new art, keeping it consistent and regular and prolonged because it takes time. So you can't expect that you post, 10 designs on your Instagram and suddenly you're discovered. It's unlikely. I mean, there's a special case for anyone, but for anything, things can happen. But 99% of the time, you're not going to be discovered by posting 5 times on Instagram, right? Instagram is harder and harder these days to be found on because of algorithm and all that other stuff. So unless you have some guru knowledge about Instagram and you're wildly good at Reels, you're probably going to need to add in other methods. So Pinterest, LinkedIn, having an Etsy shop or a Spoonflower shop, consistent posting. The other way that's a little bit more indirect would be referrals, right? So if you have previous clients who you've worked with in a surface pattern design capacity, or maybe even a graphic design capacity, but they need surface design, they need art for products, or they need illustrations, they might reach out to you if they are aware that you are doing those kind of services. Also, it might be someone who worked at a certain company that you worked with, and then they went on to work with another company, and now they're pulling you into that company as as someone to create art as well. Also, your personal network. You'd be surprised on how many people that might have opportunities for you, paid opportunities that you have no idea could need your help, right? So your personal network, your uncle might need a design for the side of his landscaping truck. I don't know, that could be a thing. So reaching out to these people, your network, your previous clients, those can be some really wonderful ways to, and a little bit more indirect ways to gain surface pattern clients. My top tip on this is don't be shy, right? I know I said indirect methods, but, telling people, ask people in your network if anyone they know is looking for help, telling people that you are available for work, that you do this type of work, that you do art for products, giving examples so that people are clear on what you do, so that when they hear someone say, oh my goodness, I'm starting a new greeting card company, they say, hey, my niece does greeting cards, I would love to connect you to, right? So don't be shy. Ask your network, talk to your old clients, even if they were for something a little bit different. I guess probably your old accounting clients might not need your surface pattern work, but you never know. So honestly, ask around, make it clear. So that is my top tip on that. Now let's dig into some direct methods. All right. I like to be direct. Okay, guys. It's no secret. I like to just go for it. So this is my preferences for finding surface pattern design clients. So first off, approaching clients you want to work with. I mean, really as simple as that. You can approach clients via email, a mailer, a direct message, like a DM, submission forms. Sometimes clients have, like if it's a company that creates greeting cards or does wall art or something, sometimes they have a form on their actual website that says, if you're an artist who wants to work with us, please, here's our contact form and please fill this out. Approaching clients directly is the way to get directly to what you want, but it doesn't mean it's easy. My top tip for approaching clients directly is be a fearless detective. So this makes it, this is kind of 2 tips in one, right? You're going to need to use Google and LinkedIn ninja skills, and you're going to have to be fearless enough to make contact. So those things together, you have to be a really good detective to find these companies that might be looking for art or that might be right for your art. Find the people you need to reach out to through LinkedIn or through Google, and actually have the bravery to make contact. All right. So being a fearless detective is my top tip on that. And I think sometimes we forget that, Google can do so much more than we think it can. So sometimes going beyond some of those simple searches and digging deeper, or finding a little information on our own through looking at other artists' websites or other artists' partnerships, and then doing some additional Googling can really, really help find partners that you can approach. In my free workshop, Ready for Surface Pattern Clients, I go into specifics of what websites I use to look for clients and connect with freelance art directors when I was first starting my career. And I would love if you checked out that free workshop. I offer it a few times a year live, and then you can get the replay. So check out, I am offering it again this spring. So check out the link below to take a look at that information and get some more tips on how to find surface pattern design clients. Obviously, this is a major topic, right? I'm giving you an overview of some of the methods, but the real specifics, the like, what should you type in and how specifically should you find things, that could be a 6-week course. Start Your Surface Pattern Business isn't only about how to find clients. It's about getting everything ready, finding your focus, overcoming your obstacles, getting ready to pitch your portfolio. But I do go into a lot more detail there. Also in Ready for Surface Pattern Clients. So I recommend you checking out the links below, see if either of those options could be good for you. And I am wishing you lots of luck in your search, because I know that it takes a fearless detective. It takes not being shy, and it takes consistency. And so I am rooting for you. Hi, I'm Elizabeth Silver, and I've been a professional surface pattern designer for almost 2 decades. When I left my in-house design job to run my own business, I had a lot of industry experience, but building a strong client base still took way longer than I expected. And part of that was because there's both a lot and not enough information out there about how to do this. You've been down the Google rabbit hole, you know. Fast forward to now, when I sometimes turn down client work because I'm booked solid. It's for that exact reason that I created Start Your Surface Pattern Business. In this course, I help you cut through the overwhelm and give you a super clear path to becoming a paid surface pattern designer. I provide you with the tools you need to focus on your goals, get yourself set up so you make a killer first impression, and then find and pitch the clients that are right for your artwork. And I do it in the most straightforward, simple way possible. Nothing extra, just distraction-free lessons and to-do lists, plus insights from an industry insider that will help you get the confidence you need to move forward. The most exciting thing is hearing from my students about landing their first client or licensing contract as they start taking the proactive approach that I am such a fan of. You don't need to spend years building a portfolio of hundreds of patterns and illustrations, and you don't need to get stuck comparing yourself to artists on Instagram. What you need is to take concrete steps forward to build the career that you want. And Start Your Surface Pattern Business is all about taking imperfect action. If you've got a portfolio of designs that you've been building and you're ready to level up, enroll to get started today. Thanks so much for watching my video. Be sure to subscribe and share with your surface pattern design friends.